For your safety, please stand behind the yellow line. Please stand on the line. On the line.
Yep. So Jada has a course on relationship. Your course teach what?
And it's called the Modern Millennial Guide from Relationship to Relational Reach.
Oh, okay. Let me say that again.
The Modern Millennial Guide from Relationship to Relational Reach.
So can you give us a sense, like maybe first episode, it's a video recording, right? Or
But I have like a 4 module digital course.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're very apprehensive about talking about your
Yeah,
own course.
yeah.
I feel it. I feel it.
I know.
A bit paiseh to talk about your course,
Yes.
something like that.
Yes, because I'm very passive to tell people that I do relationship coaching.
Why? Where did that come from?
Because I'm
Based on what, or is it is it too fluff, or is it
no, because okay, Andrew, when you hear someone tells you that he or she is a relationship coach, what's your first impression?
like with some preconceived notions because
why?
because relationship, unlike I don't know, finance or whatever, it's more fluff. It's not hard science. It's not something that you can show evidence.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's more of an art.
Okay.
So it's not your fault. Like, I mean, there are some people who are abusing this title in the industry, right? And like maybe they don't have the credentials. They're not good, at what they do. Like, in order to be a coach, you got to be able to effect change, but maybe they can't. So then people put all of the relationship coaches in one category called fluff or something like that.
Really? Okay. So my hesitation is simply because, right, in my world, okay, if you're a relationship coach, you must be someone that's got great relationship going on. And for the life of me, I've been dating for the last don't know how many years, and I still have not managed to get into a relationship. So I'm like hesitating to like put my course out there and say that, oh, I'm going to teach you or I'm going to coach you on relationship.
So is that the biggest hurdle that you think you have right now?
Yes, that's one. And the second one is I don't want to market and sell myself.
We'll talk about marketing part later. We'll talk about this hurdle first, right? I mean, obviously you know that, like, for example, a soccer coach need not be good at soccer.
Yes, I know that. I know that. But it's different from knowing versus doing it and being okay with it.
So what do you need to have before you feel confident calling yourself a relationship coach?
Oh my god, Andrew's turning and asking me a coaching question. I feel so current. I don't know, I feel like, okay, theoretically, logically, I know I just need to get over myself, right? Like, get out of my head and like, okay, Jada, stop like being so in your head about yourself and just put yourself out there. Just get it out.
Because you believe in your work, right?
I do.
The content that you put up.
I do.
It's good.
I do. And I know that I don't have to be perfect in the content as well, because I mean, now at a certain age, right, I've realized that a lot of things is in process, right? Like, where we are at is never going to be perfect. It's just a matter of keep doing it. The more you do, the better you're going to get at it, right? So it's never about the perfect content, but still to like be saying and putting on social media and say, hey, I've got a relationship course. Would you want to come and take it and learn from me and learn with me?
You're talking about the marketing part. I still want to pull back to what does it take for you? Confronting, what does it take for you to feel confident enough to tell people that, hey, you have a like a partner?
Probably, maybe.
Family.
Maybe my own definition of what a successful relationship is.
Yes.
I mean, like, maybe being in what we all have an idea of the kind of relationships you want to be in, right? So maybe because I don't find myself in that.
Your course is specifically about like having a partner, that kind of relationship,
No.
or like family, bosses, colleagues, friends.
For this one, it's specifically about romantic relationship.
Romantic relationship,
right?
okay.
So, for example, like the different stages of a relationship, right? How do you go from the honeymoon phase to like the power struggle phase, etc., etc. And then we talk about like how do people work with conflicts in relationship, right? The different communication issues that often come up.
Okay, so you feel that you should be in a romantic relationship? In a way,
It's
right?
just my unconscious bias that I think has to be there. Lah. Has to be there. It's like, I hate to be categorized into the area of like, oh, those who can't teach.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's what they say about trainers and speakers, right? Seminar leaders, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And you see, the thing about putting yourself on the line is sometimes we find it hard to market ourselves, but we're not even talking about marketing ourselves yet. It's about the owning the identity first, right?
I like that. What do you mean by owning the identity?
Of you being a relationship coach in this case. Like we started a business together before, right? Sometimes I feel a bit, we started a home furniture business. Sometimes I feel a bit, like I don't feel like I'm a business owner. You know, like you see people like putting on Facebook and whatever, like this is my new business, and they're out there marketing it, right? Like I don't gel with that identity yet, so I find it hard to talk about it. Like for them, it's so natural, but I look back and maybe it's that I haven't reconciled internally my role as a business owner. Like maybe it's like I still don't feel that I'm up to it, something like that. So maybe I'm not sure if that's similar to you in this case.
No, it's totally similar. And as you're saying that, what's coming to my mind is also like, even though I'm running my own coaching business, I don't feel like I'm a business person because I haven't reached my own defined success, my own definition of what success would be for a business person, right? Same as when I see on social media all those like coaches who are selling their own product and courses and saying how much they've helped others.
Yeah,
I
how
cannot.
do you do that?
I cannot.
It's like, whoa, like testimonials and all.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great for them. It's part of marketing, it's branding. You have to put yourself out there.
I cannot.
What's stopping us?
What's stopping you? For you, in your case, what's your situation? Are you in a situation like this too, where you cannot reconcile what you're doing as your identity?
So the business owner example was because I couldn't gel with that identity, right? So I think as a radio DJ, it's only recently, like maybe in the past 6 months to a year thereabouts, that I feel more comfortable in my own skin and feel more ready to tell people that I'm doing this, or feel more ready to like maybe share on IG or something like that about what I'm doing recently. Because before that, I feel that I'm still learning. It's like you feel that your skill set and your identity haven't matched. Although that might or might not be true, because it's just an internal interpretation of the actual situation at hand. But I guess one part of it is building your skills such that you reach that level, and the second part of it is, I mean, sometimes we can build all the skills we have, but we still feel that we're not enough. So that's the internal part.
Yeah. So let's say I'm a stranger to you, right? I don't know you, and you have to introduce yourself to me, and you tell me that you are a radio DJ. Would you be able to tell? How would you introduce yourself to me if let's say, total stranger?
Oh, okay. Because part of that is I don't want to use that as my initial identity, or like I don't want to use that as an initial way of talking to you, or
Why?
you interacting.
But that's who you are. That's part of who you are, right?
Wow.
Because
okay, confronting. Reverse ready. okay, ask me. Give it to me.
Okay, so I'm a stranger, Andrew.
Like in what
Nice to
context?
meet
In
you.
what context?
Social context, right? Social context. Doesn't matter.
All the more I don't want to use DJ to
Why?
let's say okay, you are an attractive woman, and let's say I'm talk to you and
I am an attractive woman.
no denying that at all. So it's about I want you to get to know me better, and also for me to know you better too before I talk about other stuff. Because that feels like work. Wow, shit, I'm so promoted. I feel that there's something there.
So why you cannot say that you're a radio DJ? Because that's how people would say, right? Hey, my name is Jada. I run a coaching business. I mean, I hesitate to say that. I have to admit, I also hesitate to say that I run a coaching business. But for you,
it's before COVID when you could fly, right? And you have to fill up this form.
I put designer.
You put designer? Say, hey, I put marketing manager.
Oh my god! Shit! We put what was in our past lives.
Yeah.
I was a designer and you were a marketing manager.
And I feel comfortable with that. I
Me
feel
too.
weird writing radio DJ in the occupation, in the airport. I forgot the card. Too long never fly. Immigration card. Okay, yeah. Or at most I'll put producer. You see, I leave it vague. Like producer of what? Like producer so vague, right? I deliberately put producer. I didn't even put radio DJ or radio producer.
Why? Hey,
I don't know. It's a thing, right?
yeah.
It's a thing, like.
Oh my god, I totally forgot about that. But I always put designer because I feel it's easier to explain.
Yeah, that's one. That's one. Okay, one reason, although not the main reason, is okay. I went for this like F45 class, and then the trainer, because my first class, and then the trainer, like, oh, so what's your occupation? What do you all do? And then, oh, I'm a radio DJ. I say it sheepishly, right? And then the next thing is asking about, oh, how can I get on the radio show? So I don't want that to be the initial interaction. You get what I mean?
Wow,
Yeah.
you mean people will usually ask for opportunities?
It's a one-off case. It's a one-off case. But I realized that because once you say you're a radio DJ, people will the next few questions are always the same.
It's like along with your job title, there is preconceived notion of who you are or what you can do.
Right. So I rather you get to know me and I get to know you better first without this label, without our job as a label.
Yeah.
But it's so hard, lah.
I ask you, your colleagues, your seasoned colleagues,
Mm.
if you ask them that question, or
DJ, no problem. Yeah.
they don't have a problem saying that.
I don't think so.
Wow.
So I have a way to deal with it, which is to say, oh, I'm a DJ, but not the 动次 kind. yeah. So that's using humor. Yeah. So not the club DJ like, oh, I'm a DJ, but not the 动次 DJ. So that is humor, using humor to diffuse the situation a little bit. So it takes away the focus, right? Like then that's why I say, oh, not the 动次 kind, but the radio DJ.
But actually, like the moment you say you're a radio DJ, if I don't know you, there will be I will feel like, hey, that's very cool. It's a positive perception.
I don't want that.
Why? People will think that you're cool,
It's okay.
You don't have to be cool?
No need lah.
Why?
Not on the first interaction. I don't know. There's something deeper here I need to uncover. Like why am I so hesitant about it? Yeah.
Why?
Coach me, Jada. Coach me.
Okay, let's slow this down, okay? So, wow, Andrew, you're a radio DJ. That's so cool.
Okay, my immediate thought is, it's okay lah. I don't want to immediately reject it, but I am neutral about it by saying, it's okay. It's kind of like, it's okay. Like, meaning to say that it's okay, that kind of thing.
Hey, do you get more dates as a radio DJ?
No.
No?
Why would people getting more
Because people will
dates
think that you're
That's a-
cooler.
as a radio DJ? Cooler?
Like there's certain profession that people think
No,
is
I
cool.
charm people with my natural charisma.
The problem is on the radio you can only hear your voice, you can't see how you look like. So yes.
There's an identity around that,
Okay.
like maybe you're an actor, maybe you're a model, there's an identity around that. I understand that. Yeah, but it's just, I don't know, maybe it's just a part of me that's trying to be like, standing on a moral high ground, like saying that I don't want to use this,
hey, can I? Oh, now
pretending to be on a moral high ground.
So I just add in one more story here. Like, I volunteer for like this coaching organization. So in this year, I had to step into a leadership role, right? And I'm also so paiseh to say the leadership role.
What's the title? Say it now.
President.
Oh, wow.
I'm serving as a president for this not-for-profit organization. It's for 1 year, but I feel I've never felt comfortable saying that. Because that's the same exact reaction people will give. Oh wow, then I'm like,
President, yeah.
no, nothing. There's actually nothing. I never do anything. I only just serve like the rest of my team. That's my immediate reaction. I will very paiseh. That the other day, like, cause I had to do an interview on CNA, and I put it on my Facebook, right, just to share. And my uncle came visit my house, and he said, "Wow, President!" Then I'm like, huh? How do you know about that? Okay, I know he know because it was on Facebook, but still, it's very paiseh.
Yeah, cause he's your what, uncle? Or?
He's my uncle.
Your uncle, like you relate to him as your uncle, and then suddenly you're like on another platform, you're a president,
But it's like just a title, right? But that, oh my god, I feel so gawei, like I feel so uncomfortable.
Like he's still uncle, you're still Jada,
say that.
right? Okay, which reminds me, because my friend became an artistic director of a local theatre group. And so when I met her, because I seldom see her, so when I met her, hey, artistic director, like we make jokes like that. And then I realized, okay, anyway, she rolled her eyes. And that's when I realized, okay, like, because I try to put myself in her shoes, like, okay, it's a title, it's a job, she's good at the job, but you don't have to, like, make it a thing. I feel. In that moment when she rolled her eyes after I make that joke, I realized that I shouldn't have done it. And that's when I tell myself to be like more mindful. Like let's say I look at you, Jada, like I want like, hey president, I won't do that to you.
No, so why would you feel like you have to be more mindful?
Because maybe I'm thinking about how I want to be treated.
Okay.
So and because she's my friend, I know where she's coming from.
Okay.
Like we are friends. Like I don't have to like hey artistic director her. You know, I don't have to do that. Like I don't have to president you. Hey Jada, you're president. Like I know you don't find it funny, right? You don't find it funny.
I find it so like
you find it uncomfortable
yeah,
even,
uncomfortable.
right? So as a friend, I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable.
Correct.
Right? That's what friends do. So I wouldn't do that to you. Yeah. So just now when we first said it at the president, I was right. Then I realized, how come my reaction is like that also?
But it's the same like when you finally transited to become a radio DJ, my response was also, wow, Andrew, you made it! You're a radio DJ!
No, I never made it at all. I just started only back then you know.
But still in my world, looking at you, I would go like, wow, you did it!
You know, that's how I feel when I look at you and our common friends, you know, Lynn being a master coach and all. I'm like, wow, you know, all my friends doing amazing things. So why is it we can't turn that around and reflect that on ourselves?
Because in my world, I don't feel like I'm doing amazing things.
So is that true? Then
It's
the question becomes, is that
it's true, that's how I view myself.
true in your reality?
Yeah, it's true in my reality. Because I wake up, I have my coffee, I sit in front of my computer, I check my emails, and I'm like, oh, I feel sian, I want to watch Netflix. You know, I don't feel like, I'm not feeling and behaving like how I feel a president or like a really successful coach should behave. Yeah.
So you juxtapose that, like, I want to watch Netflix with your president of like a life coaching organization, you know, like, so you need to be on top of your game, right?
Yeah, like these people wouldn't be binging Netflix like I did. Right?
So that actually stops us from putting ourselves on the line in a way, because like
Yes, for me definitely.
because I think self-marketing or like telling people about your work, let's not call it self-marketing, like just you're doing good work, you want to tell people about it, but because we're just stopping ourselves, right? So back to your relationship course.
Oh my god, you're coming back to this.
Like, do you think you're gonna do anything different? Do you want to start marketing it, or you just like gonna chuck it aside, like, you know?
I'm gonna procrastinate this as long as I can until I'm pushed up to a corner. Last week I had a lunch with a mentee, and she saw like this video I did for the relationship course, and she said, "Hey, you need to put this and sell. You look very natural. You should sell." I'm like, "Oh, okay, I hear you," but it's not internalized. So
How many hours of video did you shoot?
it was just 2 hours, but
2
it took
hours.
me weeks and months.
Yeah, 4 modules, right? Like how long did you take to prepare?
It took me more than half a year to procrastinate before I sat in front of the computer to record.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's good work. It's hard work. Not just hard work, but good work as well. And then
Actually, if I really have to be okay, if I put the Jada who is so uncomfortable with herself, put that aside, and I just look at it objectively, it is just part of the process. Even if it's crappy, just put it out there and sell, and then something will open up.
yeah, put it out there and sell. You might have version 2. You know, you might
Yeah,
have
I know.
part 2, and then more clients come in. Maybe
I
it's
know.
face-to-face kind of like coaching,
Okay.
something like that. Yeah.
Okay. So if Jada, who is not so uncomfortable with herself, she will do that. The logical, I recognize that. I understand that. So I just need to put myself on the line and just do it.
Hi Jada, so what do you do? Hey, President.
Okay. Hi. I'm a coach.
Try that on me.
Hi Andrew, I'm a coach. Hi Andrew. Hi. Okay, don't worry. Hi Andrew, what do you do?
Oh, I'm a DJ. I can feel it there. Okay. I need to practice it more.
Okay, so the goal and the challenge that we have here is by the time we hit podcast number.
This seems like such a trivial goal to some people. I don't know. Maybe
I don't know, but to
listening
me
to
it
this,
is a big goal, huh?
right, like owning the identity.
Yeah, owning the identity. Okay, so by the time we reach podcast number what?
You said
Number 100.
wow. Are we getting there in the first place? I mean, we're doing this as a good experiment, and at the same time, you and I are also putting ourselves on the line, right?
Yes.
Every episode, every podcast we record, we put our thoughts out there, ready to be scrutinized and talked about. That's assuming people do listen. So please share this podcast if you found it like of value to you, and if you like the topics we're talking about. Because we actually we want to hear your stories too about putting yourself on the line and the obstacles and the challenges that you are facing. And we want to talk about them. We want to get guests on the show as well. We can talk about all aspects of putting yourself on the line, like including like starting your own business, putting yourself in the relationship game, putting yourself in the dating game, or like just self-branding. All aspects of putting yourself on the line, putting yourself out there.
Okay. So the game here and the challenge is by the time we reach podcast number 100, I will be able to confidently say that I'm a coach.
And that I will be able to say confidently that I'm a radio DJ.